Good evening, everyone. This is Brother Benson, and I'm joined with my good friend and brother here, Makobura. Makobura, how are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing good. I
Mm-hmm.
thank God.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're also doing good,
Yes.
and our viewers as well. Let me take this opportunity to welcome them and to say hi to them.
I think there's a problem with your internet. You're kind of like your screen is. Do you say that is breaking? Like it shakes. Yeah. So maybe you can fix it. Okay. If you're doing fine, that's okay. I'm also doing fine. There's so much going on. Like today in Kisumu County, we are information from in Kisumu County. Earlier today in Kisumu, the Vihiga senator, that is Osotsi, was attacked by goons and injured today at this Java house where he said that he went to get a haircut. And we are still also waiting to get information, especially from the law enforcement. They can, after maybe coming up with an investigation, so that we know especially what transpired. But if it is these goons because of political, I think that one is not painting it, is not giving it a good picture, Makobura. I think as a country, we should reach a point whereby we can disagree politically, and it doesn't amount to a situation whereby if you're seen somewhere whereby your political um, view is quite much different. It results to this. I know Kisumu because I'm a resident of Kisumu. So if there was somebody who is behind it, those are barbaric. Those are not kind of uh, incidents that we should witness in this era and time. We should allow um everybody to be wherever they want because the constitution of Kenya allows that. And that one also does not give a good name, especially violence. What will people of especially people of Vihiga, that is not a very good uh, news, especially from Kisumu. Maybe Makubura, what can you add on that?
I want to say that first, it's very unfortunate. That's a senator, and remember, Osotsi is not so long ago was the deputy party leader of ODM, and for that reason, he is a very respected politician in the Republic of Kenya.
Yeah.
And I saw him; he was seriously injured, and of course, I understand he was airlifted for to Nairobi for treatment.
Mm,
And the details that we are getting is that the attackers reportedly questioned his political stance,
mm,
partly accusing him of supporting a one-term position. But again, the CCTV footage later confirmed, of course, that brutal assault at Java House in Kisumu. So, is to me, from my own perspective, it is
yeah.
political, but of course,
Mhm,
it raises a lot
mhm,
of concerns about the political intolerance and
mhm.
security of leaders, and more so, the leaders who are not in support of the government of the day.
Yeah.
We've seen quite a number of leaders condemning this, including the governor of Siaya,
Mm,
and even I saw the ODM wrote a letter on
mm,
regards to that. So one thing that I don't know and I'm not sure about is
mm,
who exactly or which kind of people had that motive to do that. But should it be a political leader? Out of the political differences, then I can say that that is bending too low. It shouldn't be allowed in the Republic of Kenya.
Mhm.
and we shouldn't entertain such behavior within the Republic of Kenya. So let us be very categorical and
Okay.
be mindful, because the kinds of beating that I saw the senator receiving, I
Mm,
can tell you it is not good. And especially because of politics, if suppose that is the true
mm,
reason, then we need to be human enough. That is what I can say. But again, it also talks about the security.
mhm.
As a senator, he has security. Of course, not every time they are supposed to be working with their security detail, but to some extent, when you've made some, certain political stance,
Mhm.
especially those which are going against the government of the day,
Mhm.
then you always have to prepare yourself for whatever can happen.
But Makubura, if you say that we always will have to prepare ourselves for what is going to happen, then we are talking about democracy. And me and Miguda yesterday we spoke. We took a little bit of time and spoke about the democracy, the democratic space, whereby and the constitution that we have. And we are still witnessing issues like this. And you've also mentioned about the security apparatus. And from earlier today until we are going on air, I've not seen any written information, or I might be reminded, or you might share with me, even Miguda, that has come from the security, especially from Kisumu, briefing on the incident. And two, the CCTV is out; those guys can be seen. And it's not the first time that we see political or this Goonism is taking center stage in our country, whereby we are normalizing it. So how then do we say that we have democracy, and how can people understand that we might have different views, and that one does not allow you to take or to attack somebody, or somebody is sending you?
Uh, you've talked about democracy. Of course,
Yeah,
democracy gives the room for people to have divergent opinions.
true.
And just like we do say over here, that the opinion of our viewers and everyone matters, democracy dictates the same. Well, as democracy dictates that everybody's opinion and political stand is matters,
Yeah.
then to me, I feel so bad when you see leaders, and there's let me just read for you something here that I've always had that really motivates me,
Mm-hmm.
and of course I decided to even put it as my profile.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's and I'll quote: "If you are emotionally attached to your tribe,
Mm-hmm.
religion, or political leaning, to the
Yeah.
point that truth and justice become secondary consideration, your education is useless. Your exposure is useless. If you cannot reason beyond petty sentiments, you are a liability to mankind." I'll repeat it again. If you
Yeah.
are emotionally attached to your tribe,
Mm-hmm.
religion, and political leaning to the point that truth and justice become secondary considerations,
Mm-hmm.
your education is useless. Your exposure is useless. If you cannot reason beyond petty sentiments,
Yeah.
you are a liability to the mankind.
Mm-hmm.
These were words of Dr. Chuba Okadigbo,
Mm-hmm.
the late. That reminds me of what we are experiencing currently in the Republic of Kenya. We
Yeah.
have people who are acting too emotional, and they are emotionally attached.
Yeah.
One, some of them are too much attached to their tribe, some to their tribe to an extent that they cannot reason behind, past their tribe.
mhm,
Some of us are also attached to, emotional attached to our religion to an extent that we cannot reason beyond our religion.
mhm,
Some of us are emotionally attached to our political leaning, what we are experiencing in Kenya today, to an extent that you'd be sent to go and attack somebody who is having a different political
mhm,
thinking or thoughts,
mhm,
but it becomes normal and it's a good thing to you. And I can say, with the words similar to the ones that were made by Dr. Chuba, that those people who are emotionally attached to tribe, to their political stand, to their religion, I can say that whichever education or whichever knowledge they have is useless. It is
mhm,
useless to the extent that they are a liability to the generation that is currently
mhm,
living, because we've had political leaders come and go. We've had political parties. We've had political uh, people with political ambitions coming from different regions, coming from different tribes, coming from different political, uh, you know, political view. But again,
mhm.
as a country, we've always embraced. Why is it that we are getting to an extent where today, if you are coming from a certain region, I cannot
Yeah.
reason with you. We cannot think together. We cannot come up with something meaningful, that I have to attack you as a way of letting you know that I don't support where you're coming from, or I don't support your political stand, or I don't support your religion. It is so wrong
Mhm,
and it is so unfair.
mhm.
And again, remember, the political class are the ones who are, activating or partly
Yeah.
encouraging such stands. It is
Yeah.
so, to me, I'm really hurt that I'm in a country where the humanity in us is living. We are getting too much focused on with things which are not of beneficial to the generation, to the country, and of course to the people living around.
All right, thank you, and I fully agree with you. You know, when it has reached a point whereby the the animals, especially, can think better than human being. That is the best way to put it. And it tells you that that humanity in us has gone, because I do not think, or I'm not convinced beyond reasonable doubt, that two people or three people somewhere can just come and meet at a point and start to think the same. There must be, if it is politically motivated, there must be some politician, or there must be one person who knew that he was going to be there, or who had information about his presence in that place, and decided to talk to those boys. And this is what I usually say. The politicians will turn you to be a goon. At the end of the day, what does it help you with? Now you've caused the harm, and you've done that to authority. How do you feel wherever you are? You think now you are a hero? You think now you've conquered the world? Of maybe the money even that you are given cannot sustain you even for a day. So I think, as I always said, that the problems that we are having, not even with our leadership, the problems we are having are the people themselves. Because look at the money that you're given for a day just to go to insult. I'm not talking about Ososi, but I'm talking about the political, the goonism that we've always witnessed, uh, in the political field, especially with the political leaders, you know, and we are seeing this, and who tells you that that one monopolizing goonism, you feel that now you secure a territory? You're not progressing. That's why I tell you that you're retrogressing. So how do you feel, even if you sit down with the condition of Osotsi the way he is now, the person who sent you, and who is the person who has done that act? How do you feel as a person, as a family? You have your children, or you have your mother, you have your brother. Somebody has done that to your family. So I think it is high time we came to our senses and start thinking rightfully. You know, that is not who we are. We should be ready to accommodate each and every person political view. Yeah, we should be. It is not by coincidence. I'm convinced beyond reasonable doubt that these young men who went there must be somebody who has provided that. And I agree with what Village Comfort says, that this is so sad and retrogressive to attack Ototsi. It creates tribal animosity and hate. True, because that is something that even I raised earlier, Makubura. What will the people of Vihiga say? Because at the end of the day, this is somebody who has a family, and nobody's going to celebrate as your family member is going through that. What will happen? You never know. Sorry, Kevin Ogura, I'm attached by Christianity, but I respect each and everyone's religion, morals, and priority to me. I do not discuss or judge people's religion, tribe, and gender. This is just me. Thank you so much. And it is creating bad impression. And remember, when it comes to all these politicians, that's thing that you also have to keep into your head. You know, these politicians, they are not the enemies. When their interests will converge, they will be friends. If they don't agree, they will part ways if that interest is not converging. You know, so the men and women, or the men, somebody who might be behind that, we are still waiting again. I say from the police, what the investigation, but the CCTV is out there. That is not giving even Kisumu a good name, Makobura. So if you are new here again, this is Brother Benson Media. We are streaming in two channels. One of them is Kikao na Sauti. That is also our sister channel. We do run them concurrently. Kikao na Sauti, if you go to the YouTube, you will find it there. You can subscribe. And we have Brother Benson Media. When we talk about Kikao na Sauti is our another channel that mainly deal with events. If we are given any contractual event streaming, we will always stream it in Kikao na Sauti. But still, it also covers the discussion of politics that we have. So that is Makubura. That is what is happening. Besides that, again, okay, go ahead.
I just wanted to add something.
True.
I've seen the comment of good year,
Yeah.
and just to add, I will allow me to just repeat the phrase that I'd come with once again, and it reads:
Mm,
if you are emotionally attached to your tribe,
mm,
religion, or political leaning to the point that truth and justice become secondary considerations, your education is useless, your exposure is useless. If you cannot reason beyond petty sentiments, you are you are a liability to the mankind. These are
mm,
words that were said by Dr. Chuba,
mm,
and I think the phrase really has a lot of meaning,
mhm,
especially in Kenya today, based on what we are seeing
mm,
and what we are experiencing even today. If you saw what was happening in Olkalau,
mhm,
if you saw what was happening to this Senate of Busia. But
mm,
one thing that I've always wondered about young Kenyans, and especially these people who have been hired to behave or to act like goons.
mhm,
I don't know whether you've had the opportunity to watch this episode,
mhm,
the murder tale of
mm,
the late member of parliament of Kasipul.
mm.
I don't know whether you've had the opportunity. If you watch it keenly, you will realize that truly that murder was well calculated and it was well planned.
Yeah.
And the question you'll ask yourself is, if you look at how it was planned, automatically it is not done by normal people.
Mhm,
You'll find that there either is close associate or
mm,
people, for example, who are politically
mm,
motivated, or
mm,
maybe the political class.
mm,
But
mm,
the question that you ask yourself is, why would you involve a Kenyan, a normal
mm,
Kenyan, in
mhm,
these acts? Why would you, as a Kenyan,
mhm,
get into these activities of being hired to kill another
mm,
human being? And in
mm.
this case, a leader. To what benefit? Look at those gentlemen. They are currently still in, they're still in custody. But
Mm.
they were paid. If suppose it was
Yeah.
so, they were
Mhm,
paid. Why
mm,
would you risk your life that you're going to kill maybe leaders or to attack them at the expense of your life? You have your family, friends, and I think sometimes Kenya, I mean, these people, I don't know what they lack,
Yeah.
but there's many questions that you'll ask yourself because you are being paid 50,000 or 5,000 to
Mm.
go do something that is going to finish your life, something that is going to totally change your life in a very negative way. I
Okay.
think it's high time that we wake up and do what is right because the political class would not be there
Mm-hmm.
when people who are being used to fight the political, I mean, to help assist in fighting the political enemies or the
Mm.
political leaders who are having divergent or different opinions would not be, I mean, will not be there. So it is upon the people of the young people who are being used, and
Yeah.
not just the young people.
Mm.
These people are always available to perform these acts. They shouldn't be available, and they should involve themselves in doing other things other than involving themselves in things that are going to erode and possibly interfere with their long life.
All right, thank you so much. Let me take this opportunity to read on the comment section. We must learn to practice the politics of the head, not politics of the heart, meaning using reason and not feelings. True, that is good. Asili TV, where have you been, my brother? I hope and believe that you're doing fine. It is good and to see you back. We are just having a conversation. I'm seeing another brother of ours here. Is called Budavi is saying Jinga wewe Ruto outsmarted Rigathi Gachagua. Okay, thank you so much. Here we say your opinion counts, and we really appreciate for your comment. Goodyear, thank you also so much for also engaging with our friends on the comment section. Makobura, I know we have a lot to discuss, especially of what happened in Olkalau on the burial, but we can also at least look at what is happening in the world of ODM issue concerning zoning. And there are divisions or cracks among ODM. There are those who feel that what should happen is it should be free for all because um, this is a democratic space that is for all of us. You cannot zone a particular area for ODM. And the insiders say that this is what some of the leadership of ODM are going to use because you know on how they are doing their nomination. They are going to make sure that the people who are going to be given those nomination slots or certificates in those, if zoning is done, are the people they prefer, those who are very loyal to them. So that's what is bringing that. So somebody was telling me that the only way that if the ODM want zoning, what they need to do is to first of all fix the nomination, then they can talk about zoning. What is your take on that before we go into the discussion of today?
I agree with that sentiment of if they're still maintaining and they want to bring the issue of zoning, which personally I'm against because we are in a democratic country,
Yeah.
a country that should give, I mean, that gives people opportunity.
Mm.
And whichever the opportunities or the divergent opinions that are there, they
Mhm.
should all be brought and people should be understood. If majority goes
Yeah.
with it, then let majority goes with it.
Yeah.
But I want to say that ODM has always, people have always cried for ODM. ODM
Mm.
has always, not once, but always, let me put it so,
Mhm.
affected and of course made good leaders to even leave
Mhm.
uh, the ambition for political positions.
Yeah.
We have quite a number, and especially in Luo Nyanza, to
Mhm.
be specific. There's so
Yeah.
many good leaders that ODM has never given the opportunity. And if they start speaking about zoning at this particular moment, then those people or the good people that have never gotten the opportunity, the
Yeah.
question we are asking is when are they going to get the opportunity? This is the
Mm.
best way for the people who had been denied the opportunity. Let them come, even if they're coming with independent, and be
Mm.
elected. Let them perform. And out of that performance, it would be a good lesson
Mm.
to the people who have held these positions for 20 or more than 20 years, but
Mhm.
they've done nothing. That the people
Mm.
are crying louder. speaking
yeah,
about zoning, because they know very well that they know nothing, they are doing nothing, they are corrupt, and there's nothing positive that they've done in their constituency or in their area. So they're
mm,
trying to gag, or they're trying to block the good people who are coming with this
mm,
zoning narrative. But
yeah,
again, they're using this closeness that they have with the government
mhm,
or the president to put away
mm,
these people who are coming with good fresh blood that is going to change the nation. But
mm,
something else that I wanted to put across is that leaders, I've seen quite a number of them, the likes of Millie Odhiambo, are very particular, and they're saying that zoning is going to affect the performance of the country. It is
mm,
going to affect the morale of the people of those regions.
yeah,
It is even going to make the people angry. And most of
mm,
the young people, the Gen Zs, might just wake up and say that, okay, you guys have come with zoning. Anything takataka yote inakuja na zoning, we are doing away with. So
oh,
it depends with how they're going to frame it. But as they are doing it currently, I can tell you it is a dangerous phrase that should not
mm,
be entertained. And
mm,
especially in Luo Nyanza, because that is where ODM is more dominant, and that is where again majority of leaders are feeling like they are still in charge, not knowing that the young people are fed up with ODM, not knowing that the young people are fed up by their leadership, a leadership that has been there for centuries, for decades, but
yeah,
nothing positive that they brought forth. The
mm,
likes of Kaluma, who keeps on singing the zoning thing, they've
yeah,
done nothing in their constituencies. What
mm,
they've done for the many years is hanging on the court of Raila Amolo Odinga and
mm,
possibly driving or bribing their ways
mm,
into bribing their ways and convincing Raila and the team within the ODM that they be given free ticket as a way of
yeah,
escaping um, the full throttle of the people. I mean, the views of the
mm,
people on the ballot. So those
mm,
negativity, there are things that should not be entertained in this particular moment.
mm,
Raila Amolo Odinga died and he
yeah,
left. He left. Let
mm,
the people agree and accept the fact that Raila is not around, and let them.
mm,
Majority of those people used to say that Raila was not performing or was not making their lives easy. Let
mm,
them use this opportunity to change the things that they felt Raila was unable to change.
mm,
Let them use this opportunity to ensure that all those politicians that were forced on the
mm,
throat of the people by Raila Amolo Odinga are removed, so
mm,
that their blood and their roots are
mm,
fully, the people will get finished with it, so that we start breeding new traits of leaders who are going to listen to the people,
mm,
leaders who are going to stand by the people,
mm,
leaders who are going to consult the people, but above all, leaders who will stand by the people and, of
mm.
course, for the people. That will be my thought on the issue of zoning.
Okay, thank you so much. As we conclude about the zoning, we've heard so many times of how Gladys Wanga says that ODM is the biggest party from Limpopo to South Sahara of that, and is a popular party. And if you know that you are so popular, what fear do you have, especially now you want to go for bargaining? Secondly, now zoning, I mean, now the same times they're fighting about zoning, they talking about negotiation. They're saying that, okay, we want to go negotiation with UDA. And one of us, somebody was asking, what, so any other political party can can vie in those areas apart from UDA, and how is that fairness? So that is also something that people are asking. And I want you also to give your view on these issues that I'm seeing quite a number of people are raising, especially when you go to the comment section. The majority of from the Luo, they are saying that this time round, there's no issue of raising the hand. It has always been a norm in our political, especially during the time when Baba Raila was still alive. He would come during the campaigns and raise a hand of somebody maybe who is not very popular, and still people would vote him. So people are warning and giving them this is not time of raising hand. You have to work hard, and also what you've done for your constituency. So how are they going to navigate the issue of raising hand and compete against other political parties, not only UDA, other political parties?
Let me say that the issue of raising hand is one thing that has made it very much impossible for the growth, political growth, and of course the economic growth of areas where Raila has always dominated or Raila has always been the kingpin,
Yeah.
whether in coast, whether in Nyanza,
Mm.
whether in northeastern. We've seen Raila used to be a leader whom once is closer to you, he will
Yeah.
not forget.
Mm.
But what he'll do is he will respect the friendship more than sometimes even the views of the people, to an
Mm.
extent that not once but several times he did give free tickets to
Mhm.
his close friends or
Mm.
people that he thought were closer to him.
Mm.
Many times, even forgetting the fact that on the ground people never liked them or people never loved them, or even
Mm.
forgetting the fact that they were not performing on the ground. Those are some of the mistakes that Raila Amolo Odinga used to make
Mm.
because the ground, even today, if you see the ground, what the ground is saying in these other areas, you will surely know that there are so many leaders that we have
Mhm.
in the Republic of in Nyanza region. The reason why I'm trying to use Nyanza region is because this is the most affected area in terms of this ODM thing, because they thought that ODM was their own. And for
Yeah.
that reason, they had the full control to an extent that many times they would, they have started behaving as if ODM was a
Mm.
Luo political party, and actually they have turned it into a Luo political party. But part of the things that they are not understanding is that the ODM itself is Orange Democratic Movement.
Mm.
The democracy in it used to be respected and obeyed sometimes back, but today, if
Mhm.
you're not, if you're having a divergent opinion, you have no space.
Mm.
They have no space for you in ODM. And that is why you're seeing the likes of Osotsi are finding it a little bit difficult
Mm.
because of the political stance. Probably they are going or being attacked
Yeah.
uh, in the manner that he was being attacked. But there are so many questions that are coming up. Where
Yeah.
exactly are we headed as a people with this ODM thing that they keep singing for us? ODM is a party, but the party used to exist before died, even before he was buried. The people who
Mhm.
knew the power of ODM started planning for it, and that is why you even saw his brother Buradinga was made the party leader even
Yeah.
before the body of Raila Amolo Odinga was brought in the country. Those are some of the questions we are asking. Who had the interest in this party? And the people who had the interest in it are actually ensuring that the party is dying. But the truth of the matter is, it is
Yeah.
dying. We can see it. The
Yes.
notable political figures that Raila Amolo Odinga surrounded or used to surround Raila Amolo Odinga are today not in the
Mm.
party. The likes
Mm.
of James Orengo. James Orengo is one politician that stood. They had rough or they had political differences in 19 was it when was it when they were starting their political life.
Yeah.
But since then, when Raila showed him that he was the king of that particular area, Orengo surrendered. Professor Nyong'o surrendered, and from those years, they've always worked together. And what have we always witnessed? James Orengo has always stood by Raila Amolo Odinga to an extent that he has
Mm.
always been more than a brother. What James Orengo has done to Raila Amolo Odinga as an individual or in the party as ODM is more than what Buru Odinga has done to Raila
Mm.
Amolo Odinga. If James Orengo today is giving his views and saying that, well, my friend, somebody that I stood by, my friend, somebody that we fought with politically, did not want us to go this way. Let us go this other way. Today,
Mhm.
he's being attacked. The reasons why he's being attacked are not even clear. Today, we are seeing him a group of some young politicians and those
Mm.
who have always been found in corrupt dealings coming
Mm.
up, ganging up, trying to
Mhm.
fight James Orengo, pointing pointing out that he's not performing, and yet they themselves, they're doing nothing in their constituencies.
Mm,
We have to be very categorical and speak the truth as it comes, because we have a leadership, or we have a group of leaders who are not performing. Look at the other day, there was a scandal of fuel here. Look at the people who are at the central point. These are the exact people who are fighting James Orengo left, right, and center. These are the people who are calling James Orengo a one term, and that is not going to have an opportunity to even vie for that position that he is currently holding in CI as the governor. The main intention of these people is to fight him, but they're fighting
mhm.
him with baseless informations that cannot, have no bare meaning. It
Okay.
is unfortunate. This ODM thing, we should not even speak about it because it is dry. This is, I can say it is a dry river that
Mm,
very soon, the mudfish, mudfish um, they like these rivers, which, I mean, you'll always see mudfish coming out when the river starts drying. So what we are
okay.
seeing in ODM is the mudfish are already out because they've sensed that there is a possibility that there is no water that is going to be moving in that particular river. And so
Mm,
they are starting to prepare. They're starting to move to other rivers,
okay.
trying their level best to ensure that they protect their lives.
Yeah, and I agree with you. My only question, maybe Miguda is coming in. Makubura, you will answer it later. I don't know how Winnie, especially with that transformative kind of like view that she has towards ODM or the love for ODM. I don't know how she can come in and at least salvage the situation on how the ODM is taking shape. I will come back to you, Mr. Migud Makubura. Miguda, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, bro. I'm
Yes.
doing great.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I'm all good.
Okay. You've been dropping, coming and dropping. I hope now you are okay.
I'm very much stable. Very much stable.
Okay. I just want to give you a synopsis, especially of what we've discovered, and we weighed our thoughts, especially on what happened earlier today to the senator of Vihiga Osotsi. He was attacked by goons today in Java House, that is in Kisumu. And we are still waiting. We said earlier we are still waiting for information from the security apparatus. Remember, in Kisumu, it has not taken a month since Nyakera too was attacked in the same city. So and we saw those videos of young men who attacked Nyakera's Oakdale. I don't know what has happened. I don't know whether they were taken to court. We've not gotten any information. We also talked about the ODM, especially the zoning, where it's making even ODM to crack. People like the wing of Milio Diambo are saying, no, that is not who we are, and let's agree we are not Raila. And she was insinuating that those who are pushing for this, they're just pushing it for personal interest. They should listen to the people. That is what we've discussed. Maybe in a few, you can give your take on what happened to Ostotsi, and the same time in the zoning of ODM. Then we will go to Nyandarua or Kalau.
Okay, bro. Thank you for the invite. Let me first pass my greetings to you for hosting us in Makobura. And also, let me pass my greetings to our esteemed viewers. We are welcome you to the show. The issue of Osotsi, I want to condemn it, and I'm not in support of violence because violence is not the way we can engage. We should engage on issue base. We should engage on the agenda, but not violence. The person who is for violence is someone who has been defeated. Anybody who can thrive in violence is a weak person because you don't have a room to persuade a people on your agenda. Because Osotsi is wananchi and the goons are ground. Why must you fight? Just persuade us. If you what is it that you have for ground and for the wananchi? So the people who attack Osotsi, those people should be arrested. They should be charged. At the same time, Osotsi also should be now aware, not only Osotsi but everyone. Security is personal initiative. You need to be secure wherever you are as a state officer, a senator in that matter. You need to work with some bodyguards. or even some people who are taking care of you. You don't need just to walk by yourself and a driver. You must work with at least some 4 people who are armed. In case of anything, they can respond because you are he- you are very much important as state officer, because right now you want us to go to by election. By election is expensive. So having said that, I want to say the issue of zoning. Zoning, I'm very clear. I haven't changed my mind. The people who want zoning are weak candidates. They have not worked for the people. They have not delivered. They were just joyriders. They have been there in parliament, just moving around. But right now, 27 is around the corner. They want to be zoned. So that they want zoning because they fear competition. We have said, and we are very clear, if ODM decided to get rid of the UDA in their regions by zoning,
Yes.
we the people, we are going to plant Linda Wananchi candidates across from MCA to president. We are going to have a presidential candidate from Linda Wananchi, a governor Linda Wananchi, women rep, MP, senator, MCS. Linda Wananchi will be there for you. So if you get rid of ODM, of UDA, we are coming with Linda Wananchi party. And we are going to field candidates across from president to MCA. So ODM, we are saying bye-bye. The people who want zoning, we are saying it's high time. You are going home. People thought that going home was only for William Ruto. William Ruto was just the person, the president we were targeting. But everybody was going to, everybody must go home from MCA, MP, governor. We want a fresh, parliament. Want a fresh parliament, fresh senate, French council of governors, and also fresh MCAs in the county assemblies. They thought that they thought that when we say Kasongo must go, Ruto must go, or one term, that one time is for William Ruto. No, it's for everybody. So let them be prepared that whenever we are going to do zoning, whenever they're going to do zoning, but as we have our candidates across, so that is very much clear.
Okay, thank you so much. And you know, sometimes I tend to give my thought and say that how short-lived is the memory, especially of ODM, when working with the President William Ruto, even if you have arrangement with him. Just imagine in the election of 2022, where they had a package agreement with Musalia Mudavadi and all the Kenya Kwanza. Did you know zoning was one of those priorities that was among the list? But what did it do? In most of the areas, I can give you a typical example where Mudavadi comes from. You know, the UDA candidate won. So what tells ODM that they are going to even to threaten President William Ruto, but we are going to zone this? You know, if he did that with the Kenya Kwanza, what convinces ODM that he's going to think differently? You know, and I told you here, and I've been talking about this, like the ODM, they should read the playbook of President William Ruto. Because one thing that you have to know, President William Ruto wants to make sure that he has to be strong. And how do you become strong? You have to be strong by having as much or having good number members of parliament. Because remember, they lowered the impeachment, you know. So if President William Ruto is going to have few members of parliament, it means, you know, his impeachment, if he wins with the few members of parliament, you know, which means his impeachment can take place. Because what do? You just bring 10 accusations on him that you only confirm one, then you stand impeached. That is what happened to Rigathi Gachagua. So he knows this is possible. He knows Rigathi Gachagua are banking on getting good number of members of parliament. So you cannot limit him by telling him that, okay, now you cannot fill in candidates. He's going to do that. So it is a bitter pill that ODM should start swallowing, because they're not prepared. And I think the one thing that ODM should do, instead of complaining about zoning, let them put their house in order. Consolidate your house first. Yeah, make sure that you solve the differences that you have as a party. After solving the differences you have as a party, then go on the ground. Make sure that you convince people that you are members of parliament. You are the best members of parliament who can deliver this country. But if you're coming with, you are doing that by demanding for President William Ruto or blackmailing him, I might say, it won't work. President William Ruto, I know for a fact, he will sponsor or fill in candidates in those areas. And another advantage that President William Ruto have right now is the absence of Raila Amolo Odinga. What are you telling? What are you? Raila Odinga was the word, and he's not there. So ODM should prepare themselves for political battles with UDA in those areas they are claiming they want to zone. And another thing also they have to prepare. This is something also they need to know. They are going. This is first time in the history in 2027 that ODM. I foresee a situation whereby ODM is going to have less number of parliament, legislative members of parliament in 2027 general election, and it's going to be a very big blow to them. Those are facts. Sisi hatuna bali tuna support, but that is something that is awaiting for them. I don't think they are going to get good number of MPs. So that is my take. Okay. Also, thank you so much again, Miguda and Makubura, for weighing your thoughts on the issue of ODM and also the issue of attack on Ototsi. There's also something that took place. I don't know whether you watched it. I think that was the brother to Rigathi Gachagua who dismissed the claims that the wife of his brother, actually the will was forged. And he termed it as nonsensical. That is something that he's not going to talk about. And he feels that that was for a political gain. I don't know whether, Miguda, you saw that news yesterday.
Yeah, I saw it when the brother came in and said that the will was never manipulated.
Yeah.
That was a family issue,
Okay.
and they decided as a family. Then all issues were resolved at a family meeting, and where William Ruto was absent. So they are saying it's a matter of political attacks or political mileage the president is looking for, but they are saying it was a family issue. The people were called, they resolved at a family meeting, and it's the will is too detailed. You understand? We don't want to go into details of it. So the bottom line is the late cater for all is dependent.
Yeah.
So that's what the will was. So anybody who feels that he was not catered for can proceed to court as well, but not William Ruto, because William Ruto is far away from the Ruto Gachagwa's family. So I don't know how this issue is coming to the public engagement. And also,
okay, go ahead.
Other issues we discuss. You understand, the families, those families already came and said that let the dead rest in peace. So if the victims have said let the dead rest in peace, so what's your business? What's your business? You understand? So I think Ruto has looked for anything to attack Gachagua with.
Yeah.
So he has decided to go to the family issues, but in the family already Gachagua has won because everything is clear, black and white. Let us engage on the issue of corruption. Let us now engage on the issue of Kenyans who is stealing our money.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Not whose family did so and family what, which family. We want to know about SHA. We want to know about education. We want to know about Nairobi Hospital. Let us engage there.
Okay, thank you so much, Miguda, for that. And also, just to mention, that is the will of Gachagua is one of those, is a case study right now in the university and is classified as the best, one of the wills, especially for inheritance, that as like if anyone wants to write a will for his family, he should refer to Gashagua's because it is well detailed. It has included everybody, the Gashagua's family, including 2 children that were got outside the family, are also included. They were given percentage the same as like he treated them like his children. So that is a lesson. And maybe Makubura, do you want to maybe say something about it?
What I can say, what I can add is that let these people not fight within this party called ODM.
Yeah.
If they believe on what is on the ground,
Yeah.
they believe on the people. If they believe on themselves, let them get
Yeah.
out and form a political party. If it is Linda Mwananchi, let it be
Yeah.
Linda Mwananchi Party, and let them move forward. Start building it, mdogo mdogo, because we've been in this country. Look at what happened when ODM Kenya, when Kalonzo Musyoka and the senator of Makueni, I'm forgetting his name, Dan Manzo,
Okay.
ran with the party. Yeah,
Mm,
ran with the ODM Kenya party. The alternative Raila had and his team is to form a political party of ODM, which they did.
mm,
And within that time, when they realized the party was not there, they made the party, and the party is maintained. The party has transformed. The party has been in existence for almost 20 years.
mhm,
Look at Jubilee Party. When
mm,
they had wrangles with William Samoei Ruto, then serving as the deputy president. What happened? William Samoei Ruto saw that things were not working out, even though he made the move later on, forming the UDA. If he would have come out to do it much earlier, he would have assisted himself. Well, I understand this calculation in politics and all those kind of things, but the fact of the matter is, when you already have a divergent opinion with the owners of the party, the best thing you can do is to leave and form another political party. So William Ruto moved from Jubilee, formed UDA, and it worked out for him. Let me give you another example. Look at the differences between William Ruto, the president, and Rigathi Gachagua, the former DP. When they had issues, what happened? Rigathi Gachagua knew very well he would not get UDA, even half of it. He went and formed his DCP party. The DCP party is currently gaining momentum, and it's one of those political parties that might give the president headache in the Mount Kenya region. Well, Sifuna, Orengo, amongst that whole team, they have a problem with ODM. Currently, the brother of the owner of the party is still holding the party with its neck, but again assisted by the state and all the guards and everything from the national government. They will not be able to take the party. What they have, or the only solution they have, is to form another political party. They still have time. They can mobilize, make the party known by the people, and possibly use the party in other activities. But at this rate, they will be fought, they will be beaten, they will be attacked left, right, and center, but without the party. So my advice to this party, but this group is, let them come out, form a political party, get back to the people, tell the people the reasons why they are forming these political parties. Well, Kenyans who love them, Kenyans who followed Raila, majority, I'm quite sure. Those people who truly loved Raila Amolo Odinga would, of course, maintain standing by this team of Sifuna and James Orengo. So it's good they come out mapema wajitokeze, waambie watu sisi ni hizi ni masera zetu, this is
mm.
what we stand for as a party. We are continuing with the spirit of Raila Amolo Odinga. That ODM, there are so many ways they can do it. I wish they can invite me so that I can give them these
Uh,
secrets of
uh,
maintaining another ODM that is not ODM.
okay, thank you so much, Makobura. And Miguda, I don't know, Miguda keeps on dropping. And actually, I've received a message from Musimamo today. He's not feeling well. He has some tonsils, but we are going to see on what is going to happen. We will find a way if he can get some medication so that tomorrow he will be here with us. He just texted me a few minutes ago. So we will not be having him today. He said his voice is not good right now, but we will see after this on if we can get some medication for him. All right, thank you so much, Makubura. Today was a face of day.
Maybe
Yes.
just one thing before we move to the other one. I've seen the comment of Good here saying that uh, I've caught you. Your Kiswahili is descending. I think it's kidogo kidogo, not mdogo mdogo. You're lucky our teacher is not here today. Uh,
Uh,
Good year. I can surprise you. I can switch to Swahili. whole time mpaka utashangaa. Mimi ni mweledi wa lugha,
Ehe,
sikio nizungumza
eh,
naweza nikaizungumza kwa ufasaha
eh,
mpaka wewe mwenyewe utashindwa na utaomba usaidizi kutoka ndugu yetu hapa Brother Benson akutafsirie ama akuelezee waziwazi kwa ile lugha, I mean, kwa ile the terms that you will get clearly. I've seen a comment of this member of parliament from Peter Salasia, PK.
mhm,
I saw him. I saw him in his car recording a video and saying that he had warned the likes of Sifuna, the likes of Osotsi. But one thing that I don't like about his comments is sometimes he make them a little bit tribal. Because from how he was speaking, he's speaking as if this member of parliament has been beaten in Lowland, and so there could be a beef between Luos and probably lawyers. A sentiment that personally I do not agree with, because as an individual and as a Kenyan, I believe in humanity. Whether you are dark, whether you are bright, whether you are yellow, I don't care. What I believe is we are all human beings. We have blood. The blood that you have, when whatever blood I have in this black skin that I have, can be
mhm,
transferred to the white one and it will operate. That is some of the things that I believe. And one thing I like about his comment is he was saying that he had warned this Sifuna and Osotsi that they should form a political party if truly they believe that they still have the spirit of Raila. Because I heard him saying that Sifuna, people have always said that Sifuna has the spirit of Raila. And
mhm.
if he truly believes that he has the spirit of Raila, he should come out and form his political party. And that
Ehe,
political party, he was giving example saying that, Raila believed in himself, and that is why he even resigned from the party and went to seek the mandate from the people. He was
okay.
advising Sifuna that if he's man enough, let him
Mhm,
not hide behind these sentiments, and he should
mhm,
not even fight for being the Secretary General of ODM. What
mhm,
he needs to do is just to get out, form a political party, and tell the people that have left ODM and the spirit of Raila is still with me. I am
mhm,
going to move forward with the spirit of Raila, and let him see the possibility of people turning that love of, I mean, him attracting the love of Raila from the people who trusted Raila Amolo Odinga, which is to me, it's a good advice. The
mhm,
same advice that I'm still giving the political class, more so the Linda Wananchi
mhm,
team. Is
mhm.
it Linda Wananchi or what is the other one? Linda Ground.
Linda Ground.
Hawa ni Linda Ground.
Tuko na
Sasa
Linda
ile
Linda.
ati wanalinda ground.
Eh,
Ground is slippery. The ground
okay.
is already rotten. How are you going to lend a ground that is rotten? The only thing is you can, anyway, God for us all,
Everyone for himself.
possibly meant for themselves.
All right, thank you so much, Makobura. I'm just informed. I think yesterday we did not talk about it. About yesterday, a former president Bungela Wananchi Nairobi, Francis Owino, was also attacked by goons. Today, it was that. So, this issue of goonism, we will continue talking about it. Now, let's go to Olkalau Nyandarua, where today President William Ruto and former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua shared platform, and there were political exchange, especially from the lieutenants of Rigathi Gachagua, and it was quite much interesting to watch, especially Rigathi Gachagua, Medhu, and President, and how collected today Rigathi Gachagua was. And something that came out, we have to agree, or we might agree and disagree on how Rigathi Gachagua today carried out himself. We always know Rigathi Gachagua with his political attacks against the president, but today he 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 did it in a very, very, very intelligent way, especially by reminding president some of the attacks. One of them was president assured the president that today you're going to be safe because you've come in umekuja kama uko vizuri, sasa hakuna hiyo political attack. But there are some things that Rigathi Gachagua said that we will point out and maybe give our views. I will start with Miguda. Rigathi Gachagua was demystifying the issue of tribal. And he reminded the president, especially, that when we voted for you, you are not one of us. You are not Kamau. You are not quoting those names, but you are Ruto, and we still voted around you. We just voted for you, I mean. And he just asked the president that when you are in top roof of the car and you are in those sides of Nyanza, you should not insult us that we are tribal. In Kiswahili, sisi ni wakabila, inatuumiza sana. What is your take on how Rigathi Gachagua handled that, especially in the presence of the people from Mount Kenya and in the presence of the president?
First, I want to say that Gachagua handled it very good and very careful, because when people are campaigning, campaigns, people are attacking each other. There's no time you can get to explain to your audience what are the real issue. Because people are just on, someone will not listen to you. People are just campaigning, attacking me, defending me, attacking me, defending. So if you get opportunity and in the presence of Ruto, now is a good time for you to tell the people that, and him, that you keep on claiming that we are tribal with the mountain. But with the mountain actually voted for you as William Ruto, who is a Kalenjin, not one of us. How tribal are we? And we voted for you. Stop calling us tribal, because if we could be tribal, we could have never voted for you. But you keep on calling us tribal. So I think it was a very a good environment for you to explain to the audience that this guy has been here claiming that we are tribal and is the beneficiary of our votes. It really hurts. If you're the beneficiary of our votes, then you are calling us tribal. It really hurts us. How I wish you could have never voted for you, because if that's how you are painting us as tribal, I think that was a very good platform to explain to the people and Ruto himself, because they don't meet often, because you understand they are opponents. They only meet in debate or maybe during the clearance via IBC. But for now, they will not be meeting any soon. So if anytime you get an opportunity to meet, try to gauge your opponent and state some things clear for the records. And also the way he said that the people who attack them in church have never been charged yet, have not been apprehended, and we have a state. What is the role of the state? Protect the people and property. When people are attacking a church, your role is to arrest the people and charge them. They haven't arrested a church. So it is you who is the master plan of all these things. So I think Gachagua tried as a political scientist and as a politician, he tried to lay ground for William Ruto. You know, he wanted William Ruto to fall in that trap. But William Ruto, being an experienced politician also, he decided to ignore that line. He never responded on the issue of tribe. So I think they you understand now that this is what I was telling the people. Don't go too far as a lieutenant, because sometimes they can work together. These politicians sometimes they do come and work together. So if you take it personal, that's your problem. You saw today Gachagua said is the guy Ruto is the president. The people should not heckle the president. The people should listen to the president of Kenya. The way he addressed him, and even while they are doing their campaigns, they are enemies. So we keep on insisting to the people, even the people who attack Osotsi, don't attack Osotsi. Don't be used as a goon or as a heckler, because at one point in life, these people can work together. You be objective. If you don't align with me this season, vote me out. If you align with me next season, vote me in. If I sell for you my agenda and Sarah, buy them. If you are not content with my agenda, don't vote for me. But this issue, you are killing somebody or you are fighting somebody because of Gachagua and Ruto, my friend, you're wasting your time. At one point in life, these people can work together.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Makubura, I would want you also to maybe to weigh your thoughts on that. And then I will ask another question.
I think Rigathi Rigathi Gachagua was he tactfully and of course smartly attacked the president.
Mm,
And again, the angle that he used a good angle, an angle that somebody would not would be it would be difficult for somebody to directly say that
mhm,
he was disrespectful, he was not respecting the protocol, he
mhm,
was, he did it in a smart way. And again, even the manner in which he started the conversation, he first convinced the people. Look at the terms, or the conversation that he started. He first ensured that the people were with him. He first ensured that the people were, were
mm,
eagerly waiting for what he was going to say next. Upon capturing that, what he did is he was defiant in a clever way.
mm,
Remember, even calling the members of parliament, something that protocol, of course, do not allow in front of the president,
mm,
that they should come. He start introducing them. That was it was a smart way of doing it.
mhm.
And since he had started in a clever way,
Yeah.
uh, the protocol, before the president, it is not easy. And you can the security apparatus of the president can even stop you, and they can take you away
Mm.
from that area very easily.
Very good. Yes.
But he ensured that first he contained that, and that in a way he was with the people, and he
Mhm,
had convinced the people that whatever speech he was giving was one that, of course, was well centered, or was focusing on the needs of the people. That is why first um, Senator John, what
Medu.
is his? I'm forgetting. Methu, where Senator Methu came and, of course, gave a condition to the president, and partly, of course, reminded him of the things that he had promised to do, and
Mhm,
partly he had
mhm.
not done in a smart
Yeah.
way. Remember, he also did it in a very smart way, to an extent that the people felt that they were represented and that their views were being brought forth. Upon
Okay.
doing that, of course, Rigathi also did it in a good manner, that, well, they had the political differences, it is okay. But again, having a political differences, him being removed from office,
Mhm,
what he reminded the president that even though he was removed from office, according to him, having done nothing negative, and again, the president has the prerogative of performing for the people, whether he was removed,
mm,
whether he's not supporting him. He
mm,
understand. He did acknowledge the fact that the president still has the powers,
mm.
and another Amuru, he can
Okay.
give directives and things should be done. And it just reminded him of the powers that he has. That let him use the powers that he has. If it is a matter of development, let him give directives so that the development would continue. If it is a matter of injustice, let him give directives so that those directives would be implemented. But again, if you are keen enough,
Mhm,
especially when speaking about the insecurity,
mm.
he was attacking and defending,
Yeah.
partly saying that the government officials are fully aware
Mhm,
of the negativity and the insecurity.
mhm.
But again, he's telling him, well, you have the power, you can finish it.
Okay.
That was, of course, a very smart move. One that we are coming to learn that Rigiji is is turning out to be one of those bright politicians.
Mm,
These are some moves that we used to see in William Ruto, a very also tactful
yeah.
politician, one that if you're not really careful on how you're going to handle him,
Mm,
then you will be embarrassed. So what I can say is that Rigiji and Ruto wanaendana wako tu hapa na hapa,
mm.
and you know time will tell. Time will
Okay.
tell.
All
But
right. Okay.
maybe one thing I can add is that
Mhm,
Rigiji spoke to the hearts of the people, and the
mm,
people would feel that
mm.
partly they are neglected from
Yeah.
his speech.
Mhm,
And upon invoking that emotion, right
mm,
for the president to ignore them. It was not right for him to ignore them, especially if they had gone through all the difficulties. Remember, Rigathi Gachagua was in opposition then when he was campaigning,
Yeah.
and in their minds they were trying to imagine that Rigathi went through all these difficulties, because if you heard him speaking in Kikuyu, I had some friend who was partly trying to tell me he was trying to invoke that emotion so that they feel, they put themselves in that shoe, that you know what, we woke up, I convinced you guys that let us go with him, but again he did not honor the promises. Today he has removed me, today he's attacking me. It is okay, let us forgive him according to the statement, but again, let us not make that mistake again. So that was a clever move of doing politics. What we hope for is that it never turned to be, or to be seen. It never turned something else. That is
All
the
right.
only view that I had.
Okay, thank you. And at the initial speech of Rigathi Gachagua, whereby he tells the crowd that he doesn't want anyone to jeer or rather shout one time when President William Ruto gives a speech. To me, that one I would interpret it like is showing some sense of authority and commanding his people and say that, okay, this is president who is here. I do not want to hear anybody shouting on the president, or anybody anybody or like stopping president from speaking. So this is my kingdom and my territory, and my authority works. And indeed, if you are very keen, during the time when the president was making his speech, there people did not heckle the president. People were able to listen to president. It tells you that Rigathi Gachagua was stamping his authority and say that this is my territory and this is our. Another thing that Rigathi Gachagua also did, especially to outshine, or to kind of like put everything before the president, because the way he was speaking, you spoken about the church, the member who were tear gassed, and he's throwing at the president, he's telling them, okay, this is happening, do you know that what is happening? He also engaged the public. How did he do so? At some point he would sing, and you could hear people responding, that engagement with the study. So there was a good of connection between Rigathi Gachagua and the people. Another thing that also Rigathi Gachagua handled to talked about, especially to the president, uh, is about, we are giving you this opportunity, and come 2027, we will let you go. And I said that, okay, when that time comes. He also came attacked about the president, the president told that we can work with you, but wale mavijana wako, in that Rigathi Gachagua, despite the fact that he was telling the president that, but the main issue, the main reason why he was talking about the president lieutenants, especially those are coming from Mount Kenya, is that to decampaign them, because he wants to make sure that he's safe by having members of parliament, and that's why he was so much going hard on Kimani Ichung'wah. Apart from that, Rigathi Gachagua also did well, especially to encounter Wetangula, especially when it comes to how Wetangula has always handled him, especially in parliament. And he went ahead and read the standing order. And I think Wetangula cannot have a comeback of that. And like it exposed Wetangula, especially the incompetency and also what we were witnessing in parliament. Maybe Miguda also you can pick and mention something.
Okay, can you hear me? I'm saying,
Yes, yes, proceed.
very good. I'm saying, from the view of things, Ruto had advantage that he was the last speaker. A last speaker always had advantage. He can tarnish everything that someone said. But if you look at it very critically, Gachagua had an opportunity to clarify some things or some issues that were not
Me good? Are you there? We can't hear you.
I think we have a problem with Miguda's network. I hope he will come. Makobura, maybe just to weigh again on Rigathi Gachagua, looking at how he engaged Wetangula,
Yeah.
especially
On
on.
the issue that you had asked, allow me to just give my view on Wetangula, specifically on what he did say about Wetangula. That was also a smart way. Wetangula is one of those politicians who have always not found it easy lately. Remember the other day he was being told that he should do away with this Ford Kenya and join the UDA, but it was tough for him. Quite a number of bills, or quite a number of. You remember the court coming out to say that the Azimio had won and that the parliament, through the speaker, had to acknowledge that. It was not tough for him. He had to refuse, having his reasons that as the speaker, he has the powers and all those. He has been criticized of that again. But again, Rigathi did mention that it is wrong. Of course, that is what the standing orders, of course, do say. For the speaker to allow members, and specifically the majority leader, to be speaking about an individual without that kind of approval, something that is genuine and, of course, is true. But he was simply trying to remind the people that the speaker has been impartial. The speaker has not been neutral as per what the constitution dictates about him. And he has always taken sides. And I remember him calling him he's not, or reminding him that he's not a youth leader. Something that have a political meaning. It simply means that the speaker has not performed his duties and that the speaker is taking sides. And remember, whenever you have a speaker who is taking sides, you will never have justice, or even the entire parliament will never have, they'll never perform their roles effectively, of course, without the involvement of the executive. And he was simply saying that it is the executive that is running the parliament. So it is, of course, upon the speaker to relook into those statements, and possibly, if he can redeem himself, something that, of course, is not very easy to make certain difficult moves uh, that, of course, would depend with the people, and, of course, would depend as well with the executive, because currently, from what we are seeing, the speaker or the parliament has been operating mostly under the instruction of the executive, something that the people have felt, something that the leaders themselves have felt. Some of them have even issued, given their views, saying that the speaker has not been partial enough and has not been respecting the views and even the constitution of the Republic of Kenya. So it is upon the relevant authorities that are concerned with that particular matter to look into it, because the entirety of it is there's truth in it. The truth in it is that there hasn't been the speaker hasn't been neutral enough in his in his acts, and, of course, in his decisions, some that he has always made based on this political standing, and more so under the instruction of certain quarters within the executive. Yeah, that is what I can say. Miguda, we had lost you. You can come and give us your view on the same. Miguda, are you there?
All right. Okay. As we wait for Miguda, Makobura, there's also another side of the coin that people believe that Rigathi Gachagua was in a way asking President William Ruto to get him back, especially. Uh, do you agree with those who are also thinking in that line, or you tend to disagree?
Politics, in politics, there are never permanent enemies.
Yeah.
Is that uh, because, of course, I saw mostly there was this one that was trending that Rigathi Gachagua had said that, of course, they like or they love the president, but it's only that he never honored part of the agreements, and that it should not be. He should not be. They should not sing for him one time or misbehave. Politically, anything is possible in politics.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm saying so is um, look at Rigathi Gachagua currently having a conversation, of course, political conversation with the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, someone that he mentioned not
Mm,
once, several times, and he
mm,
gave names,
mm,
names which, of course, are not good, and some of them you cannot easily speak about. But not forgetting that it is said that he is the one, and we've had that confession from the political class. He is the one who organized
mm,
part of those attacks that were being taken to the president. It
mm.
is the political class who have always confessed on those matters. So currently, because he needs the former president, he
Yeah.
needs his political muscles,
Yeah.
they're in conversation. And so I never knew personally, if you remember this Methu, how he fought for William Samoei Ruto, the president.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can remember
Yes, I do.
Methu. And today he is one of the serious critic of the president.
Mm,
Look at the body posture, look at the language, look at the voice, the tone that he was using to criticize the president. You know,
mm,
look at, you could tell that he feels he's done with him and is not, according to him and his moves and his talks, the
mm.
president is such a bad thing, a bad person to him, if
Yeah.
you could analyze his body movements. But
Mm,
again, if you look back, you can see how he passionately fought for the president,
mm,
how he passionately campaigned for him.
mm,
So in politics, anything is possible, and I can categorically say here that you can't be surprised that
mm.
in
President William.
2027,
Yeah.
President William Samoei Ruto might work
Mm,
with Rigathi Gachagua.
yeah.
Uh, Politically,
Mm.
there is that possibility.
Okay. And this is what Gypsy say here. I've been thinking about Gashagwa rejoining Ruto in his coming shocking Brosby 2027 government. It is the reality awaiting for the past 3 years, never-ending drama. Who knew about Wanga Ruto? It is true.
Maybe not maybe allow me to just put this and then you can come in.
Yeah.
Not even Wanga Ruto. I don't know whether you remember Ali Hassan Joho,
And
the
President William
stand
Ruto.
had towards the president.
Yeah.
Again, look at the language that he used. Look
Mhm.
at the promises that he used. And so many times we've always been told that, there are some statements that when they are made by people, then it tells you what they feel from their heart. And
Yeah.
if you could analyze those statements, you could tell even from their heart, truly,
Mhm.
truly, even from their
Mm.
heart, they never wanted and they never liked the president. So it is very true that in politics anything is possible. Look at today, Alias and Joe singing Tutam, singing out, telling the people of Coast and the people of Kenya how the president is a good person. Look at Opio Wandai, several times even forced out of the parliament, having been too negative towards the president. Look at the many times that he would hold press, giving information how Ruto is corrupt, how, look at him today. He is at the center. He is the one who today wants Governor James Orengo to be removed from office simply because he is not supporting the president.
Mm.
You know, so things do change. In
Okay.
politics, you anything is possible. Let me put it so.
Okay. Miguda, are you there? Hello, Miguda. 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 Okay. Thank you so much, Makobura. And at some point when the Methu and even Rigathi Gachagua were making some comment, you could see some expression on President face and even the fingers. What that word? What is the meaning of that? Does it mean that um, this one these were not comfy moments for the president?
Of course, deep down, the president is a human being, and I
Miguda is saying
know
Miguda is saying he's available, but he cannot talk. Miguda.
maybe if he can just come in anytime. If he wants to speak, because it seems you can't hear him, he can just come in and give his views. But maybe before he comes, I don't know what's wrong with his machine. Before he comes, I wanted to say that the president is a human being, and being a human being, I know very well and for a fact that he is regretting having made the decision of removing Rigathi Gachagua
Yeah.
as the deputy. That is one thing that I'm quite sure he's regretting, and he's
Mm,
regretting it so much. I can tell you.
mm,
He's also regretting that he lost some food soldiers, the likes of Meth,
yeah.
very young, brilliant leaders that when they make a stand, they do it even with their life.
Passionately.
And you could see how he was speaking passionately, and he meant, even from the moves, from the tone, he meant what he was speaking about. That
Mm.
just tells you that the president is not accepting that fact that he lost those leaders, and
Do you
that
think
they are currently in support of the opponent.
do you think the expression that was coming from President Face was because of losing the leaders, or maybe because was being said were pushing him to the corner? Because if you remember what Methu said about the roads that President promised and they're not being delivered, and Methu was saying, "Sasa hiyo ni siasa mbaya."
I can give two scenarios.
Yeah.
First, whatever I've given should be one. That narrative. I would go with those two narrative. Two narrative. One is the one that I've given. He is regretting the fact that he's lost quite a good politician. He's
Mm,
lost quite a strong leader, starting from the deputy to the close allies of the current close allies, the likes of the senator. But again, on the other hand, he might have been speaking about trying to ask himself about the development that is done in the area, vis-a-vis, of course, the attacks and the reminder from these leaders that he has not performed. So it could be that he was worried that there's much that is needed from his side and he has not performed. And so he was just building himself to counter something that he also did perfectly well. And the movement might also have meant that he was partly in disagreement of some of the stand of these particular leaders, more so when they were giving or pointing out the development, specific development that they needed the president to act on. But again, it could be that, of course, he was out of. He did not have the full control of what these leaders were giving or the message that they were giving. He was not just feeling unease. These leaders having that environment to fully and to freely give their views, and more so in his presence, something that of course is not easy. But again, I don't know if you remember when the deputy, Rigathi Gachagua, was supposed to speak, but then he decided not to stand, waiting for the junior politicians to speak because he needed president, something that was also very critical, because he knew very well if he had spoken before the likes of these members of parliament and the speaker, they would have come with a serious attack. He would have gotten it from the president, he would have gotten it from the deputy, he would have gotten it from the majority leader, from the speakers. Yeah, so it was a well calculated move, something that they managed to play well. But again, I love the fact that the people were calm and that there were no commotions, because what I can say is that based on what we were seeing as the people, and of course based on the comments or the wordings that were coming from these leaders, if there were exchanges, political exchanges, direct political exchanges, and of course without
Network problems. Miguda, you back? Hello, Miguda. Miguda.
Yeah, bro, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Bro, hello.
Yes. What is wrong on your side, my brother?
I
Hello,
think
Miguda.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Oh, you're okay now?
I'm okay. Yeah.
Okay, I see that we've also lost Makobura. Okay, we were discussing about what we were witnessed, especially during the burial of Ol Kalau, Member of Parliament, and we were talking about when some speeches were being made by Methu and Rigathi Gachagua, you would see some faces, especially from President. What can you read about that?
You know, this politics, and Alexa, like I've told you, don't be worried when you see Gachagua and Ruto working together, because that is politics. Until you realize that, because like I've told you, these elites, this is how they are connected. There's one thing that can bring them together. So I understand how one day they will work together in future, but that's not important. What I want to say is that when Methu were speaking and the deputy president, there were some direct attacks towards William Ruto, and they direct them to him. There were some facial expressions for the president. Even if you're attacked as a politician, you must pretend. You must put a smiling face, even though you understand. So by the time he spoke, that's when you realize, okay, these things hit him. Like when he was saying that, I know what I'm doing. I'm not stupid. I know what I'm doing. So kumbe alifinywa. So what I can say, it's that's what we call tolerance. Tolerance. But I want to disagree with the master of ceremony. At one point, he denied Methu Mike. At one point, they switch off Mike for Methu. We are not going to live that way. The issue of tolerance, whereby you allow your opponent to speak, say what you can say, but you don't need to deny that person about you to speak or switch off the mic for that person. So I think tolerance was observed. You allow them to speak, express their views, opinions, attack you, defend you, whatever. But this issue of intolerance is not good. So it's good. It's good can learn that when they have a platform, they can disagree and everybody can have his way. And they are sharing audience. There are those pro Ragashagwa, pro Ruto. Those are the kind of policies we want in this country. Not this issue of beating Osotsi. Those are not the policies we are going to play going forward. Back to you, Makubura.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Miguda, for your take. And there's a question that Benson had asked me before you come, and maybe you can also give your take on it. The body language of the president, more so when Senator Methu was speaking. The question was, could the president, was he not happy with the comments of Senator Methu, or was he in a way regretting the fact that he lost the likes of Senator Methu and Rigathi Gachagua. And maybe something else you can give your view on is uh, I was just going through the social media, and there's this view from the people that there's a possibility that Rigathi Gachagua might then come back and possibly work with the president based on how he was putting his words, the carefulness he was using. I mean, how careful he was in the words that he was using. One that is a little bit different with how the people have always known him. Miguda.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Thank you so much. What I want to say is that, let me tell you one thing. Politics is all about interest. Ruto is regretting nothing. The same way Metu has moved on. Senator Metu has moved on. He's in one time, he's with Gashagwa. Doesn't Ruto also never regret. Because let me tell you, Kenya is big. Kenya is not only in Nyandarua. Like I've told you, these are politicians, they know what to do. Losing Metu, getting somebody else. But Metu was one of the quality players who were in the academy of William Ruto, the UDA. The quality players in the academy were Didi Nyoro, Metu. Those were one of the quality players. You could see from far that the future is promising from Ruto School of Politics. Things happen, they have to go to Gashagwa School of Politics. So I think at Gashagwa is equally doing better the way he was doing in Ruto School of Politics. So the future is still promising either way. Whether it was in Ruto's camp, the future was promising. Right now, it's in Gachagwa's camp. The future is still promising. Metu has nothing to lose. Vis-a-vis, William Ruto does not regret because he also got many people who want to rise through his school of politics. So it's about interest. In my view, I want to say the person who has gained either way is Metu because he's well versed with the local politics of that region and the future. So as a young player, as a young politician, I think when the right time comes for him to join Champions League, he'll be one of the best by that time. So Makobura, it's just about interest. No more regrets in politics.
Okay, there's this view that you are giving based on Rigathi Gachagwa's attack to the speaker, telling the speaker that 5 times amekubalia bunge kuongea juu yake without a motion and that you have let the National Assembly down. You were giving your view with that before you dropped. I don't know whether you can finish it up.
Okay, bro. If you can hear me, okay, bro. I'm saying that that is true. I agree with Gashagwa in total because Wetangula has not been impartial. Wetangula has not been neutral. Wetangula has not been non-partisan. Actually, Wetangula has been partisan. Wetangula has been partial. He has not been impartial speaker. Speaker ought to be neutral because you're presiding over two different political parties or more than two. And there is National Assembly whereby we need you to act neutral because it's about the interest of the nation, not your own interest, not ODM interest, not UDA interest. So he has failed the nation, he has failed the parliament, and is the worst speaker Kenya has ever had in the history of Kenya. That one I agree with Gachagua 100%. And if there's any motion to impeach him, we will submit our signatures as early as tomorrow so that he can go home. Wetangula has not, he has never been good since he became the speaker, and he has also been a dictator in that house. He decides who speak, who don't speak. He decides what you say, what you don't say. He decides the standing orders. and deciding whether to be used or not to be used. So Wetangula, one term.
Us a brief about the Sifuna case where he had approached the PPDRT kuhusu kutimuliwa kwake. I don't know whether you understand that bit of this PPDRT. I'm not really gone through it vizuri. Maybe if you understand it and what is really going on with that case, you can give us a brief on it. And again, the issue of fuel, the fuel in the Republic of Kenya, there's that shortage that is being experienced in the country. Of course, there has been a lot going on. Remember, kuna hiyo saga ya fuel ambayo ilifanyika. A lot of almost 4.2 billion was used. But apparently, there's wrangles within the ministry and, of course, the leaders themselves. The cabinet himself, secretary, was saying that he was not involved and is not aware. But a letter or an investigation done by Citizen TV and other TVs revealed that they were in copy. There has been several urge from the political class that the leaders should take the responsibility. Maybe in your own view, what is your take on the fuel saga as well? Can you hear me? Miguda? Miguda, can you hear me? Okay, as I wait for him to come, allow me to just acknowledge quite a number of viewers who are watching. Dede, Zemekia, thank you so much. Everyone who is watching, thank you so much. The comment section, you can see good ear. Good ear, thank you so much for finding time and of course maintaining the conversation. Ziomi, thank you so much. Sijui ulipotelea wapi, asante sana kwa kurudi. Village Comfort, asante sana, thank you for finding time to join us. Paul Kisiangas, thank you so much for coming. Judith Karitha, we appreciate so much. Asili 2 TV, thank you so much for finding time as well to join us. We really appreciate your time. I'd seen some new names. Tukutane, of course, that is Msimamo was also here. Thank you so much, Msimamo, for watching. We really appreciate. There was Mbui David. Thank you so much, Mbui, for finding time as well to to give your opinion. We really appreciate your time. Miguda, if you can hear me, can you proceed? Yeah, as he fixes his mic, allow me to just remind you that this is Brother Benson Media. And of course, we are live at Kikao, which is also a sister channel. I want to take this opportunity to remind you that we do have this kind of conversations. You can always join us via the comment section, or if you want to give us your views, you can as well let us know. We do share a link. You can always join the panelists and give us your views. And again, over here, we do say that your opinion counts. So part of what we do here is, of course, having a conversation. All of it is geared towards the betterment of our country. We do tackle both political and anything that is happening in the country, whether sport, whether talent. And more of what we do here is for the talent for the talent side, we do give a chance to people to give their views, of course, and we also give you a channel to market yourself. So those are part of the things that we do. And I want to really appreciate everyone who joined us today. And of course, to remind you that you like, subscribe, because if you do so, it is a way of supporting us. You can see Goodyear asking, where is Eric the Nairobian? I haven't seen him for some time. I don't know where amepotea. Lakini as we are headed towards 2027, I know he will resurface, and you always know him how passionate he is about the politics of the Republic of Kenya. More so, the other day was a member of ODM, but he keeps changing left, right, and center. If he's one of the funniest people that I've ever interacted with. Today, he sees something good in ODM. He will tell you how they started ODM. He will tell you how ODM has assisted him. He will tell you how he's a loyal member of ODM. But tomorrow, he sees crisis in ODM. He will distance himself and start telling you that that is a party. That is a party. And that he will tell you that at times as an individual you have to make certain decisions, certain difficult decisions. So that is the country that we are living. But I also wanted to say that the politics of the Republic of Kenya is one of the toughest, and what we are waiting to see in 2027, we should brace for anything, because this is 2026, but the political differences that we are seeing among the political leaders are serious differences. Some of them are taking it personal to an extent that what we witnessed today in Kisumu, the senator of Vihiga being attacked, it is, of course, as a result of these political differences. It is as a result of this, the political stance that we've been seeing in the country. But of course, it is a reminder to the youth and the people who are being used to widen this gap of hatred, of political differences, that they should know, if a politician approaches you that, and of course tells you to go and attack another politician, it is you as an individual, it is you as a citizen who will suffer. It is you who will be taken to court. It is you who will be taken to, um, to jail. So it is upon young people to also consider these things. Let them not be bribed. Let them not be bribed with these small pennies, because whenever the political class uses this small amount of money to change their thinking and their reasoning, whenever they are used by the political class, it is them who will suffer. And that is why I did give quite a number of examples. If you've had the opportunity to follow, the documentary of the death of the murder of the member of parliament of Kasipul, you will realize that it is the individuals who are closer that, of course, are today finding it tough. It could be, you never know, part of the reasons why they might have done such a thing. Today, they are suffering. If they would have known the penalties of if they would have known how serious whatever they were doing, then they would not have gotten themselves into the fix that they did. So let us be very mindful as a people, more so the young people. Let us be very categorical and very sensitive on the things that we do, because the many bad mistakes that we make in the Republic of Kenya will totally follow us. And whenever it follows you, it will not give you an opportunity to survive. Because currently now we have quite a number of people in jail. Some of them having difficulties, not because they want, but because of the bad mistakes that they did give themselves into. So as we are approaching 2027, the general election, let us be very keen, most of the youths, because it is the youth who has the opportunity to change this nation. They have it. because they are the majority. They have the voting cards. They have the opportunity. It is them who are suffering. So today, based on the decision that they are going to make, that decision would then determine the kind of lives that they're going to live. Let them not be bribed. Let them not be paid to act like goons, because if they do so, that would then change their lives and might, of course, not give them the opportunity to vote or to decide who is going to be their leader in future. That would be part of my advice to the young people. And yeah, brother Ben, I don't know what is wrong with Miguda's um, internet. He has simply dropped again. I was unable
Yeah,
to.
maybe we don't know. You know, he's coming from the county of Ochilayako. Maybe Ochilayako has not has not paid what was Safaricom Warushe. You never know.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
actually,
uh,
on the same,
uh,
one thing that I've also realized that
yeah.
within the republic, internet is one of very essential things that are much needed
Mhm,
for the growth of the economy.
mm.
And I've walked across this nation, and I've realized that, of course, there are some parts of this nation that there are no good internet or good
Or,
networks.
or provider services are not so much very good. Yes.
Yeah, but during campaigns, you'll hear. I remember President William Samoei Ruto, while he was serving as the deputy during the TNA,
No,
it was the TNA
no,
what?
it was not a TNA. It was the TNA was the TNA URP was the
The TNA.
stadiums. The famous one was the computer for students. Then there was the
But
stadiums.
I
But
remember that
for
time him
uh,
making the phrase that they're going to bring internet everywhere.
no,
If I'm
that was the UDA. Yeah, and
okay.
that's why it included the ICT hubs. That alisema hata ukiwa kwa soko hautakuwa unalipia mtandao.
Yeah, and I remember this is Kenya. I wonder how politicians, human beings,
Mm.
and more so when they come out, they tell you we are Christians and we are children of Christ. We are closer to Christ than you are. Then you ask yourself, which Christ is this?
You know, there's one thing that I love about what president is saying about like ikifika kupiga kura. Eh? Mm, yeah. There's one thing that I love, especially when president is saying that kila mtu ata will be judged on his work, and that is a very good statement, especially so it will be upon the people of Kenya to investigate or to put the things that President William Ruto has done, if they are worth, so they can re-elect him or to uh, send him home packing. But there's one problem that we are having here, Makobura. I know we are just about to wind up. The uniting, who is going to be the uniting factor in the united opposition? Because from the look of things, um, um, uh, uh, with like we are 15 months away from election, but we are not seeing any moves that would um, say that united opposition are going to work together, because like Matiang'i is on his side, Rigathi Gachagua is inside, Natembea has declared that he's going to run for governorship, is not running for the presidency now, so that is clear. So um uh, where hey Miguda, hi. Miguda, your network today, network yako leo kwa kweli inasumbua. um, Network yake leo kwa kweli inasumbua. Sasa unajua, ukikuja hapa kwa
Can Goodyear
propaganda.
confirm to us that I can see the comment of Goodyear saying that where I am, I have to combine 3 providers to get 5G. It's a very remote remote village. So Goodyear, are you saying that you are in Kenya or where are you, brother Benson?
You're breaking. I cannot hear you too.
No, I was just reminding Goodyear to confirm kama ako Kenya ama ni mahali gani hiyo anasema.
And you know, okay, okay. Good. I think you know, there's something that we've not talked about, especially for deputy president. I did not see Kithure Kindiki um, uh, um, connectivity with the people, and where does this one put him in the position of the deputy president? Because like this one should be could have been one of those gathering that he would show his might. But Rigathi Gachagua tend to have overtaken him, even by reminding him that you did wrong, especially when he said that you did it wrong by starting to talk about the by-election, yet our son is not buried. That is against our community. And you know, it was not clicking for Kindiki. It was the aura was not there. So, what does it mean? Is President William Ruto going to stick with him? Makubura, can you hear me?
Yeah. Was it for Miguda or my question?
For you, because Miguda, we cannot, is muted.
Okay.
Is muted. He cannot
Sawa.
even, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so I want to say this. Rigathi Gachagua has outsmarted Professor Kithure Kindiki Abraham, and currently the speaker, I mean, Rigathi Gachagua is the talk of town, more so in the Mount Kenya region. And I can say it categorically that Professor is finding it a little bit tough, tough to an extent that, he's always confused. He's a learned person, very composed. But sometimes, when you're not used to certain some pressure, then you'll find yourself out of you'll find yourself out of the box, and that is what Professor is finding himself in. And again, I can say that the comebacks of Rigathi Gachagua are ones that if you're not fully prepared, automatically you better keep quiet, you better not answer, you better ignore, because if you do, you will make him come back to you, or improvise a political strategy that he will attack you with, that would make you look irrelevant. That is what he has done to to Professor Kithure Kindiki. And if you even look at this particular funeral, Kithure Kindiki acted like a normal cabinet secretary, one that has no power. Actually, as a spokesperson of the State House, the way he carried himself, I can equate him to that. But politically, Rigathi Gachagua has made miles. He has is currently one of those big politicians in the Mount Kenya region, and of course in the entire country. And being that he's ever vocal, he has maintained the tempo. He has maintained the speed, and people have gotten used to him until Rigathi has gotten to a point where if people see him, people just want him to speak. He's like partly resonating with a group of people. Well, Kenya has several groups of people. There are these people who are calm, there are these people who are combative, there's these people who are defensive, and Rigathi is a combative politician. And being that in Kenya, when you are not a combative, especially when you're in a politician who is in the opposition, if you're not combative, then you will not attract supporters, and Rigathi has been very combative. That has made him to be very relevant, as has made him to have quite a good number of
Mm-hmm.
following, making him, of course, the
Mm-hmm.
talk of town. Being combative has made him to come out as a serious attacker, political attacker. And
Mm-hmm.
the league that is currently playing cannot be matched by Professor Kithure Kindiki.
And
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 Kindiki, if he is in that field and he wants to maintain, then
mhm,
probably he is the one who should be coming out to counter Rigathi Gachagua, because normally the president is supposed to just to be defending his work, but the attacking position should be left to the deputy president. That is
mhm,
what made the last presidency to survive,
mhm,
and President Ruto is not finding it in Professor. He's not finding that character.
mhm. Okay, thank you so much. And I can see Nairobian. Nairobian. Goodyear was asking for Nairobian, and by good luck, Nairobian I say that is here, and he has promised that Kindiki will win the All Kalau by election. We will be here watching that. But now, Nairobian, maybe on the comment section, as somebody who is a diehard ODM member, we are seeing this issue of zoning where members of parliament, especially, are not speaking in one voice. What is going on in ODM, my friend? Can you just share with us what is your thought, especially on what is going on? And also, you can also talk about whereby people want to buy loyalty, whereby there are few individuals who are viewed to be making this issue of zoning so that they can plant their favorite candidates in those areas, knowing very well that now they are not going to get stiff competition in those areas. So during nomination, they are going to do shambolic nomination and make sure that the people who they like are the people who are given those nomination tickets. So you can share with us. We are waiting for you, Nairobian. When we're still waiting for you, there's also something that but I'm seeing Kenyans are giving a different reaction, especially the issue of Obina. It's something that has been discussed. I've been seeing people discussing it about the issue of State House. And to some extent, I was reading a post whereby saying that some people have started to unsubscribe from his channel. Maybe Makobura, if you come, you can also give your take on that. And also, we were expecting, because today is the 8th, we were also expecting
Maybe
to see uh, Edwin Sifuna responding to the shock house later that was given to her by Gladys Wanga, because he was given until Wednesday, but we've not seen any communication from Sifuna. What does this one mean? Hello, Miguda. Makobura. Okay, as we wait for
okay.
Makobura, go ahead.
I'm here.
Okay,
You've
maybe
I don't know which one.
let me just on maybe make it brief. This issue
The
of
issue of Obina.
the issue of Obina, whereby people
Yeah.
some
Allow me
quarters
to.
are not happy with a statement that Obina said that why, if it is possible, we can take this match to the State House.
What is happening is we are approaching the general election,
Mm,
and anything that would be done within the state house
mhm,
would be like a political campaign for the sitting
mm,
president.
mm,
And so, talent is one thing that brings people from different regions, whether politically aligned, whether, So
mm,
there's a view that if he manages, if he managed to do that, then it would be a way of, giving the people, giving the president that mileage or partly campaigning for him.
mm,
It's a smart way of campaigning for him. And that is what people are saying, that it is not right.
mm.
But again, we've had people who have political stance, the likes of
Yes.
Rigathi Gachagua. If they
Mhm.
see such a thing like there, then you, as an individual who has planned that, you'd be collaborating. And of course, you'd be a project of the state. That is
Yeah.
how it is viewed. And so Obina, of course, is not making a good move, because politically in Kenya, when people are almost at the tail end of making a political decision, and then you come with something that is going to make one of the candidates to be in support, then automatically you'll be seen as a collaborator or somebody who is in support of them. So that is why quite a number of his supporters who feels that the president should be a one term are not associating themselves with that, and they're saying that it could be that he is even being financed by the state house or by the president. So it comes with a lot, but I can say that there's much behind the scene. And if Obina wants to be neutral, when you are in the media, what he's doing is actually in the media. And again, the interviews he's been having, remember, he interviews people from different sides. He should maintain being neutral. Distance himself from the political class, distance himself from the political figures, because the moment he gets there, then he will be seen. The neutrality, of course, would have gone.
Yeah. So, okay. I was just speaking about Edwin Sifuna. You never believe better not, just relax. Nairobian. Let me see, there's something here. I just spoke about Sifuna, but there's I just got this notification news, especially on Edwin Sifuna. Let me see how it is going to work out, especially for Edwin Sifuna hapa. Tuone what is for Edwin Sifuna here. Makobura, I talked about it, then we can wind up the show.
The sigh of relief for the embattled ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna after the political party's dispute tribunal in Nairobi stayed the decision by the ODM National Executive Committee to kick him out as a party official until the matter is heard and determined. In an earlier address to the media, Sifuna blamed his woes on President William Ruto, saying he had him removed from office because he is opposed to the president's re-election bid. Emmanuel Tor reports.
While issuing its ruling Thursday afternoon, the political party...
No, that is not what I was looking for. I just saw, let me see. I just saw 1 minute ago, especially about Sifuna's. Yeah, it is Sifuna seeks tribunal order to hold ODM outstand. That is what this is. Let me see, Makobura. Makobura, I don't know whether you can search it on your other side.
Okay.
Let me just see if I can get it right now. Because like Sifuna seems to have gone back to the courts and to seek this is going to cost Sifuna, because like if you want to leave, just leave, because like I don't think this court issue will
I've given my views, and I can say Sifuna should just leave.
Or Makobura, this is something that is happening that we can agree. Maybe
allow me to read this. That Sifuna moves to the tribunal again to block removal as ODM Secretary General ahead of ODM disciplinary proceeding. The Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna has once again moved to the political party dispute tribunal, seeking urgent orders to stop his removal as the Secretary General of Orange Democratic Movement in a fresh application filed under a certificate of urgency. Sifuna is seeking to suspend the implementation of a resolution allegedly passed by ODM's National Executive Committee (NEC) on February 11, 2026, which sought to remove him from office over claims of misconduct. Through his lawyers, he is also asking the tribunal to halt any disciplinary proceedings
Go ahead. Makobura.
arising from a notice to show. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. Hello, Makobura. Did I lose Makobura? Makobura.
I don't know whether you can hear me.
Yes, you can continue
confirm?
reading. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. In a fresh application filed under a Sifuna is seeking to suspend the implementation. I don't know. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me try something here.
Okay, allow me to just finish this. In a fresh application filed under certificate of urgency, Sifuna is seeking to suspend the implementation of a resolution allegedly passed by ODM's okay.
Go ahead. Just read it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were playing that.
No.
So through his lawyer is asking the tribunal to halt any disciplinary proceeding arising from a notice to show cause dated April 2nd to
Okay, let me play it, Makobura.
ODM and the
Makobura, let me play it.
Embattled ODM Secretary General and Nairobi County Senator Edwin Sifuna has once again moved to the political party's disputes tribunal, seeking orders to stop his removal as the Secretary General of the Orange Party. In a fresh application filed under a certificate of urgency, Sifuna wants the tribunal to suspend the implementation of the resolution passed by ODM's National Executive Committee, which sought to oust him from office over claims of misconduct. Stephen Leto has that report. ODM Secretary General and Nairobi County Senator Edwin Sifuna has once again...
Makobura. Okay, let me play it because...
Yes.
Let me play it, then we can wind up.
Secretary General and Nairobi County Senator Edwin Sifuna has once again moved to the political party's disputes tribunal, seeking orders to stop his removal as the Secretary General of the Orange Party. In a fresh application filed under a certificate of urgency, Sifuna wants the tribunal to suspend the implementation of the resolution passed by ODM's National Executive Committee, which sought to oust him from office over claims of misconduct. Stephen Leto has that report.
Through his lawyers, Sifuna is seeking to halt any disciplinary proceedings arising from a notice to show cause sent by ODM National Chairperson Gladys Wanga. Sifuna also wants to bar both the party and the Register of Political Parties from effecting or publishing any decision removing him in the Kenya Gazette. Sifuna told the PPDRT that the resolution to remove him as the Secretary General of the ODM failed to meet the threshold required under the ODM Constitution. Sifuna's pleadings to the PPDT further noted that, quote, by a letter through my counsel addressed to the first respondent, I declared a dispute under Article 88(3) of the ODM Constitution and proposed 3 arbitrators to be empaneled to hear and determine the dispute, end quote. According to the court documents, Sifuna claims the allegations of misconduct were never tabled as an agenda item during the NEC meeting and that he was neither informed of the accusations nor invited to respond before the decision was made. He further noted that, quote, responding to my declaration of a dispute for arbitration, the first respondent has issued to me a letter of the 2nd April 2026 entitled Notice to Show Cause in brazen contravention of the ODM Constitution and the law. I do verily believe it is in bad faith given its contents and the circumstances in which it was written. The embattled ODM Secretary General further accuses the party of acting in bad faith by initiating what he terms as a predetermined disciplinary process, including issuing a notice to show cause while already fixing a hearing date, an indication he says that the outcome had already been decided. In the meantime, ODM chairperson Gladys Wanga says following the expiry of the show cause window, the party's disciplinary committee will meet and give its verdict to be presented to the NEC. Stephen Leto, Citizen TV.
So Makobura, that is what is happening, and I think I don't know what the end game for Sifuna, but this battle of political parties. Now, what I might see here, I think Sifuna is getting backing from somewhere. Yeah, and this alone is going to derail one. Yeah, I think so.
I also believe so because personally, the comments of Winnie Odinga, the stand of Mama Ida, the association tells you a lot.
Yeah.
If truly Sifuna was doing what he's doing alone, I can tell you he would have left the party. Would not even fight. But he's only trying to show Winnie na mama yake ya kwamba he stood for what Papa preached and that he had good intentions. That is why he's trying to fight for it. But basically, he's doing so under, of course, the authorization of the closer family of Raila Amolo Odinga. If you ask me, that is what I can say, because Sifuna cannot get to this extent alone.
Yeah,
he would have left it.
Mm.
He would have left it. He
Mm.
would have forgotten about what is going on. He would have, he would have joined another party, he would have formed another party. But seeing him fight till the last minute, I tell you, is under the blessings of somebody.
Okay. All right, Makobura, thank you so much for coming in, and we want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who has been with us since we started the show. It's almost 2 hours, 16 minutes. Gypsy Corner, thank you so much. Eric Ayaga, thank you so much, and any other person who participated in the in our conversation of today. Tomorrow, Makobura, if you find time, or if I find time, we will be here. If we don't, then we will come back. Eric Ayaga, Sifuna is the ODM. It's likes of Wanga who is fighting for the party from him. Eric, the Nairobian. So, and the way maybe there's so many things in ODM that is happening that we don't know. So, Makobura, thank you so much, and maybe your last remarks.
My last remarks, of course, consistency on reminding the people of Kenya and most of the young people that this is a journey. This is a journey that was started, and the people who made it possible, or the people who reminded the people of Kenya that it is possible, they can do it. They did it in 1993.
Yeah.
When the country, of course, attained the independence. That independence, that self-control, that realization, we need to actualize it, because those people died. There's a group of people, a majority. There are so many people who died when they were looking for this independence.
Yeah.
Let us not forget the reason why they died, the sufferings. The many times we've had the leaders, there are some of them who have not always grounded themselves on the real reasons why Kenya got independent. They were reminded, of course, they tried to go their way, but the people of Kenya fought them. In that exchange, majority of Kenya died. So let us not forget the people who died. They died because of a reason, fighting for something. So as we are approaching 2027, we can do it in the ballot, and we can do away with the many challenges. We can do away with the fights on the street. So based on the decision we are going to make in 2027, it can. It can save us going to the street. It can save us from losing many lives. let us make the right decision. That would be my final remark.
Okay, thank you so much, Makobura. Thank you so much, Ayaga. Tomorrow we'll be here. You can join us. And, as I said earlier, that we are streaming this on 2 channels. One is Kikao na Sauti. Kikao means meeting, Sauti means nini? Voice or, sindio, sauti yako. So Kikao na Sauti is also our sister channel that deals with live streaming of events. Sometimes we get invites to do event streaming. This one include memorials, birthdays, weddings, so, and also it talks about politics. So it's a diverse channel, and also we have Brother Benson Media. So you can subscribe in both so that when we are going on air, YouTube will notify you and you can be part of the conversation. As I said earlier, let me take this opportunity to thank everyone who is watching. And if you're new in both of the channels, kindly please bonyeza kwa Kiswahili so that tukienda YouTube will notify you. And this is Brother Benson. I hope and believe I will see you tomorrow. Same place, same time, and thank you all. May God bless you.